I had this idea about writing a book, but I'd never written a book because, other people are authors, other people are writers. But I had a bunch of ideas and I'd been speaking them and they seemed to have some sort of resonance, but I didn't know how to make a book. So I hired a stenographer, the person who sits in the courtroom and records everything that's said. And I figured, oh, I know how I'll do it. I'll just speak the book out loud for a day and he'll type it and then I'll have a book. But here's the thing. By about mid-afternoon, I distinctly remember the stenographer is typing away and I'm pacing back and forth in the room, speaking my book out loud. And I remember thinking about something else and realizing I was boring myself. I had lost interest in what I was saying, so that wasn't going to work. So I realized that if I was going to write a book, I had to actually write a book, which I know sounds totally obvious, but at the time was completely revolutionary. And so I sat down at my computer and I opened up like a blank word processing document and I stared at that line that blinks in the upper left-hand corner. There's a reason why they call it a cursor, by the way, because it was like it was taunting me. Who are you to do this? You think you're a writer? You think you're an author? Other people know how to do this. Who are you? We all have our blinking line, don't we? The blinking line is whatever is waiting for you to bring it into existence. It may be a book, but it may be a business, a plan, a project, a child. It may be a whole new way of life. Whatever it is, we all have our blinking line. Oftentimes we get stuck in our head. Who am I to do this? The much better question, of course, is who am I not to do this? Other times we think that we have to do something completely original that's never been done, but you, being you, doing whatever it is you are here to do, is deeply original because you hasn't ever existed before. We get stuck in our head comparing ourselves to others, but who they are isn't interesting when it comes to you confronting your blinking line. And then sometimes we're just so filled with shame and negative messages and tapes playing in our head about what we're not. But here's the thing about your blinking line. Who you aren't isn't interesting. The only thing that's interesting is who are you and what are you here to do? And when you move from who am I to do this to who am I not to do this, now you can do something with that blinking line.